Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure.
Hey there, I'm Kara Suboy, CNETnews.com, and I am pleased to introduce my guest, Anthony Daniels. You may not recognize the man, but you will definitely recognize the voice.
Hello, I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations, and R2? R2-D2, where R2 is actually in another space. He's being re-groomed. He got a little rusty and so on, so he's being sandpapered. He likes that kind of thing. He likes the attention.
Now, I understand that you are the only actor who is in all 6 films thus far. Is that right?
That is correct, which is kind of strange when you think that I refused to meet George Lucas for the interview for the very first film, because this face didn't exist then, and the concept to me of being a robot was, as a serious actor, that wasn't on. But my agent made me go and meet George, and 32 years later, I'm here in Pittsburgh.
And the reason he's in Pittsburgh is in the role of visiting scholar at Carnegie Mellon's Entertainment Technology Center. You've had a relationship with Lucas for 32 years. Yeah. How many hours have you spent inside a suit?
I really hate to think. The first day I wore this suit, and this is a very, very good facsimile. Look, I could get in if I wanted, and I don't. It's in 17 pieces, and it took 2 hours to put on, to the extent that at lunchtime they didn't want to take it off. So I stood there the whole day until like 7 at night, alone, not only physically being attacked by various bits of it, but alone with no ability for eye contact. It was real isolationism. I was not happy, and at lunchtime the next day we took it off. In the sequels, or prequels as we call them, we've got a system now where it comes off really rapidly, so I can actually take it off and sit down. Because standing up all day with this, not good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even eat through a little mouth like that.
You'll see pictures of me on the set with a straw, just sucking up something, and another picture where somebody had wittily put a cigarette in my mouth without me being aware, and there's 3PO smoking.
What scene do you think shows off his character the best?
Well, there are various ones. There's one that you'll remember in the early film, the first film, where they get cross about which way they should go. And he says, "Go that way, you'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile." And he kicks him. Talk about technology. Star Wars, the ultimate sci-fi movie. It was all done with string and piano wire. R2 was often on a piano wire being hauled up because the motors got full of sand, so they clogged up. They put him on skis at one point, and of course the skis dug into the sand, he fell over. And right now, of course, I'm doing the Clone Wars series, very high-end animation, which is kind of nice for me because I can do it without the costume on. But the weird thing is that if you see me, with a microphone, I actually stand like 3PO because this is the way the voice is produced, that he's actually very tight and sort of like this. And therefore the voice comes up a bit and a little constricted and so on. So I look kind of dumb in the studio because I'm going, "Hello, I am."
Hello, sir. I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations. My facilities are at your... really?
I said to somebody, found out I was in Star Wars the other day, and said, did you play Obi-Wan Kenobi? And I just laughed because I am old enough now to be Alec Guinness in the originals,
That's great. Can you share one of your favorite lines in closing?
Well, my favorite line, there are 2 favorite lines really. One is, sums up 3PO's character really, which is, "We're doomed." He is he just knows his life's a disaster. But the best one really for me was Han Solo always giving 3PO a bad time. And in the third movie, Return of the Jedi, you had these Ewok things, little furry things. And at one point, there's Han Solo on a fire, on a stick, hanging over a cooking fire. And he says, "What are they saying?" 3PO said, "It appears, Captain Solo, that you are to be the main course at a banquet given in my honor." And he was very happy about that, wasn't he?
Thank you very much, Anthony Daniels, for joining us, and bringing your costume along, too.
Thank you. And may the Force be with you, as 3PO would say.
I'm Kara Suboy, CNETnews.com.